Hello there, welcome back to my Green-White Auras League, fueled with wine. Although since we're doing quite well so far, my wine bottle is still surprisingly full, and it's not going to immediately change. This hand is also totally fine. We have Hexproof, we have we have both colors of lands, we have enchantments to put on, and we're playing against Stompy again. Well, so this Sylvan Ranger, this has been a couple of times now I've drawn it, and like the mana ability hasn't mattered too much. And also the Edict ability hasn't mattered too much because I haven't been playing against decks with Chainer's Edict or Diabolic Edict. But, you know, I swear this would have been really great in all the other leagues I played. So it looks like my opponent has a decent start. We can certainly still lose this game if we fail to draw like an Armadillo Cloak or something like that. So what are my options here? There are a couple of things I can do. I can like equip or enchant with these things and start attacking, which is fine. We can play an Abundant Growth into like Hyena Umbra and then like block. That's not too risky because the Hyena Umbra would absorb a pump spell and basically hold back these two creatures, which is kind of appealing since we do want to just draw an Armadillo Cloak. Or we could like play Hyena Umbra plus Slippery Bogle, which lets us attack in for 2, while also like holding back this Quirion Ranger with the other Bogle. We probably don't need to have 2 hexproof creatures. I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to play Abundant Growth first, and then I'll evaluate our options. I don't think we necessarily needed to attack for 4, since we're actually sort of on the slow side this game. And our primary goal at the time being is to try and draw an Armadillo Cloak. Like if we just attack in for 4, then we're actually kind of losing badly to the board, since if they just put like a Rancor or a Bone Splitter or something on their Vault Scourge, they're outracing us. Yeah, so then they'd be outracing us pretty well. Whereas this can hold off these 2 things. We're not dealing 4 damage, but we're gaining a virtual 2 life by holding off these creatures. So I think that gives us a bit more time to draw a relevant card. Blocking this just turns it into a 2/2. They already played a land this turn, so they can't like untap a mana and then play Hunger of the Howl Pact this turn. So I'm on board. If they have a Mutagenic Growth, that does kill this Hyena Umbra, but I think that's okay. The Hyena Umbra is not that important in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's certainly nice and all, but I think I'm okay with that. This draw rapidly becoming depressing, however. We really just need to draw like one big enchantment, whether it's Ancestral Mask or an Armadillo Cloak. So Sylvan Ranger is the most expendable of my like random 1/1s I have here. I could put Rancor on this and attack, but my opponent can then untap with Quirion Ranger this Young Wolf. So that's not, I don't think that's a great trade, since we would just sacrifice this one to put a +1/+1 counter on a Young Wolf. So yeah. It's important to note also that the Mutagenic Growth ambush could have possibly happened most of the time. I mean, I guess we would put the Rancor on this to make it a better blocker with First Strike, but like it still meant I wasn't attacking this turn if I was holding back the Rancor plus Umbra creature. I think we're just taking another 4. No need to let them hunger the hull pack quite so easily. And opponent playing a bunch of creatures out. And we're entering the draw Armadillo Cloak or Heliod's Pilgrim or die part of the game. It's certainly very bad to lose game 1. And it looks like that's what we're on track for. So I think I should put some Rancors on my creatures and do some blocking this turn, since we can't just take millions. So I'll put one of the Rancors on the Sylvan Ranger, because then it can block like Nettle Sentinel, another Rancor on like a Gladecover Scout, and just play out this slippery Bogle. It's fine to trade them off, because then I would get the Rancors back. I have plenty of creatures and 5 mana available. So we're good to go if we draw one of the big cards. If we don't, then we're not particularly good to go. Their life total is so high, attacking with like a 3-power creature wouldn't be that exciting anyway. Even if Hine Umbra was on it. I mean, it would let me attack more safely, but we're creature flooded as is, so. So they're still not attacking us for lots of damage. We theoretically have 3 more hits from the Vault Scourge before we die. There's obviously a strong possibility that they have another pump spell. I still think it's quite likely they have a Hunger of the Howl pack going on. River Boa blocks fairly well. Utopia Sprawl, that's up there with basic Forest as worst card to draw. There's no real reason to play this Plains, I don't think, since the best thing we could do is at 6 mana, which involves playing Heliod's Pilgrim into getting like Armadillo Cloak, but if we can just play this to get this 6 mana required. Things are looking quite bad. There's not really a whole lot we can do about it. We just needed to put our faith in the heart of the cards. It's not working out so well. But, you know, we try. We're trying. If the opponent attacks in with everything, I'm going to be doing a bunch of blocking. If they don't, like, I think the opponent should probably attack with River Boa for sure, since I can't exactly block it effectively. So this will go over here. I think that's it. Yeah, I need to draw Armadillo Cloak or die, I think. Even then, we're not guaranteed to win the game, because you know, they could just put all their creatures in front of the Armadillo Cloak creature. So even with like 2 Rancors plus Armadillo Cloak on, we'll gain a bunch of life. But then I think we would need to draw another Armadillo Cloak or something along those lines. Ancestral Mask. That's certainly not enough damage. If we put it on, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like +8, which isn't enough, and we're gonna die. So, damn, we lost a game. We lost a game 1 even. That's just the worst timeline. So these Ledge Walkers are actually just basically exactly the same as the 1 mana Bogles. Like, they do have a bit more evasion, so, but I don't think taking out Sylvan Ranger is that big a deal, whereas like all these 1/1 Bogles don't matter too much. So I'll leave like 2 of these and leave these in to try and play Coalition Honor Guard. I mean, I know that it wasn't a particularly good card there, but if your hand is, you know, 1 or 2 land plus tons of auras, you really want Sylvan Ranger. Time to take another drink, I think. So we're on the hope our opponent doesn't have brutal sideboard cards plan. And gotta take a drink thinking about this one. Okay, so this hand has mana. We have a gut shot, which can be occasionally very good against him. Has 2 cards which are great, and I have 2 free draws. I'm gonna keep it. No fear whatsoever. We'll absolutely draw a creature, and then we will go to town with said creature. So it's important to note that like our opponent doesn't actually have any removal. Like if they have like Epic Confrontation in their deck post sideboard, I mean that's one thing, but we can actually go all in on the previously mentioned Sylvan Ranger, because being targeted almost certainly doesn't matter against the cards that they have in their deck. Ah, so close. I could play this one, or I could like play the plains to make it a slightly better one, better land, but I'm going to just play the second Abundant Growth on here. I don't think we've got any fear of being mana screwed, so this just gives us the most information on which land we're supposed to play first. It's okay, we've drawn a couple of cards. We haven't hit any creatures yet, but that's fine. It's fine. Everything is okay. It is certainly like usual not to keep a hand without a hexproof creature, but the high upside of this taking a Quirion Ranger, that they like if they needed this, if they played this in turn 1, like in the earlier match we played. So I also could have not played that there. I could have actually just tapped this for red. So maybe that was a mistake. But I was being optimistic that I was going to need some more mana. So I guess I'm going to play an Abundant Growth on here. Draw a creature? Oh, not another land. Land's very bad. We have turns to go. If the opponent has like some very good sideboard card, then I think we're dead anyway. But if they don't, then if we just draw a creature, I think we should have a Mighty Beast. Alright. Time is slowly running out. I would have definitely, even if it was just like another random creature, random enchantment, we have so much mana that I would definitely appreciate. Well, that is certainly a creature, so I'll go ahead and play this. And what are we gonna get? It's actually quite a good question. So I think the answer could be that I need to get lifelink here and then put ethereal armor on, since that gives me the highest chance of surviving this turn. So let's go ahead and try that. Ethereal armor makes this massive, and lifelink, like if it stops them from being able to attack with all their creatures and just have like one pump spell to kill me. Alright, vines. It seems reasonable. So I can't. So that counters my spell. So it's a good play. And hopefully we're not dead. So we're dead to any pump spell. If we were to chump block, say, Nettle Sentinel, we still die to Vines, and we can't beat a Vines anyway. If it's like a Groundswell with no land, that's okay, but then what is our goal if we just chump block? I think we just have to take it and hope they don't kill us. I mean, it's certainly possible that they would just have some creatures. Okay, they had 2 Vines, so you know, we got punished for keeping our hand. It was just one of those ones where we have let's see, 12 creatures, like 13 creatures. So we had like 13 creatures plus you know, like a good 6 draws to draw a hexproof creature or Helios Pilgrim before when we did. And then we died. That's alright, rough beats. But probably deserved beats, really, when you think about it.